mothers with newborns, there is no easy way to say this, but this video will absolutely make your blood boil. Let's take a look together. It pissed me off.
Milk is just as good for babies as breast milk. That's according to a letter from the medical director at University Hospital Sussex NHS Foundation Trust. The claim was made as part of a response against campaign groups. The trust referred to studies and the World Health Organization guidance, including one case which found what it called no observable effects in babies fed by induced.
Pause right there. No immediate observable effects. Because that, I can't even call it milk, that liquid is chemically induced. It's ridden with things that we don't even know what we don't even know. Let's just continue on. I'm already upset.
Lactation. Well, to discuss this in a bit more detail, I'm joined now by Kate Lutz, who is a research fellow in creative global health at the University College London and a lactation consultant trainee. I wanted to begin...
Pause. Lactation consultant trainee, okay? You get in the program, you get the title. Who cares about how much education you actually have? Okay? Trainee. Let's continue on, please.
By getting your reaction to what we've heard from the hospital about this.
Of course, and it's actually not very new in terms of a concept or an idea. It's something, as someone who works in LGBT pregnancy and reproduction.
Aha. Okay, let me just say a personal opinion. It is my opinion that this person, I'm being nice here, this person will never A, lactate, and B, let's continue on.
That we've known for quite a while. There's studies back in the 90s that talk about the sameness of milk from the birth mother and then the co-lactating mother in terms of 10 days after birth. There's no difference seen there. And when we look at the research that's been done specifically about trans women, there's a case study that was done and published last year where they actually found that the nutritional value was either at or above the nutritional value.
Pause right there. At or above. Above. Chemically induced liquid coming out of a naturally born male person's nipple. Oh man, this is such a slap in the face for mothers, dude. This is so bad.
Value of then the meta-analysis referent that it used. So using the example of kind of a larger sample of what we look for in breast milk, it was seen to be at least, if not higher quality.
There have been, of course, campaign groups who have criticised this letter.
With good reason.
One policy exchange has said that the letter is unbalanced and naive in its assertion that the secretions produced by a male on hormones can nourish an infant in the way a mother's breast milk can. What is your take on that criticism?
Here we go.
Well, if we look at the evidence and what we can see from the science of it, the baseline of what would be in a trans mother's blood is going to be about the same as what is...
Is it though? The baseline of a male-born person is going to be the same as a naturally female-born person who... Continue on.
In a cisgender mother's blood, in terms of somebody who's gone under gender-affirming care and is on hormone protocol. So there's not going to be a quote-unquote surge of male hormones or an issue. In the same vein, there's actually not a physiological difference in terms of people who are assigned male at birth.
Assigned male and female at birth. That is a whole other argument that I'd like to have at another date. Let's continue on.
An assigned female at birth all have mammary tissue, and so there's things that happen during puberty, and so a lot of these concerns actually aren't in the evidence itself within the empirical studies that have been done.
So what exactly are these drugs doing biologically to ensure, as you were saying, that the milk is effectively the same?
So what happens is the way that breast tissue develops over time is that the ability to produce milk actually happens during pregnancy, the final stage of it. So the Newman-Goldfarb protocol that's used under the direction of medical care with either a reproductive health clinician that has lactation training or a lactation consultant with support is it actually just mimics the hormones that are present within pregnancy, and that then follows the...
But let's pause right there. But what are the effects of this mimicking? This is chemically induced. Why are we skipping over this fact? Why? Continue on. Please press play.
Completion of the breast tissue being able to produce milk, and there's actually a reduction back again to baseline, just in the same way that hormones change right at childbirth to be able to move into having milk. So there's nothing that's happening that isn't happening for somebody that's giving birth and creating.
Hey, let me pause again right there. I'm sorry, but I have to reiterate what an absolute slap in the face it is for women. This is a slap in your face. I'm sorry to say it, but it really is. It is downplaying the absolute miracle that is happening within your bodies to say that a male can produce, with pills and chemicals and chemically induced breast milk that is not only the same, but better than your naturally produced breast milk. This is a slap in the face. This is an attack on women. Remember what I'm saying. This is an attack on women. Let's continue on.
Breast milk.
And just another thing I'd like to put to you from critics of this letter, saying that the NHS should not be indulging in this nonsense. A child's welfare must always take precedence over identity politics and what they describe as contested belief systems that are not evidence-based. So just once again, you say that there is evidence in this.
Oh, definitely. And even to the point of there's been research that's been done because testosterone's been used in...
Pause. What is a cisgender? I know male, female. What is a cis? Listen, you know what? I'm not here to save the world. Jesus did that 2,000 years ago, 2,000 plus. I'm not here to save the world. What is a cisgendered person? What does that even mean? Do we need all this terminology? Okay, now I'm ranting. Let's continue.
Gender women to treat anxiety and depression while breastfeeding, and there is no difference in the serum testosterone of the infant in that study, and that's been upheld in more recent studies as well. So the concerns for the infant and the child in their development also is not substantiated within the literature.
Okay, Kate Luxian, a research fellow in creative global health at University College London and a lactation consultant trainee. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on that story.
My pleasure.
Well, that's it for this hour. I have to give it to this lady. I'm not sure what her name is, but this BBC News anchor, I have to give it to her for keeping a straight face throughout this absolute attack on women. She looks like a naturally born woman to me, but I would be way more upset than she is. She really must want to keep her job. This is absolutely ridiculous. How can you even sit there as a male? I mean, I just had a brand new baby. I see the struggles that comes with women producing natural breast milk. This is an attack. This is an attack. It's ridiculous. Please don't stand for this. Do not stand for... You don't need to stand for this. Compliance is the same thing. Okay? If you comply, it is the same thing as support. Okay? Just please stand up against this. This is ridiculous. It's just going to creep up and become more ridiculous and more ridiculous if you don't say anything about this. Please. Thank you.